Now let's talk about Gothic architecture in England. So, in England, the most prominent feature is that the structures are long and look horizontal. So, kahit na matatangkad pa rin yung mga spires or mga towers, um, yung scale niya somewhat gives the appeal that it is horizontally proportioned or horizontally designed. Then the west window or the portals or along the portals never had a rose window. Instead, they had the lancet or the knife-like designed with traceries. Then, oftentimes has two towers, or sometimes the towers are missing. Then the spire or the tower in the middle is usually the biggest, or it's usually the only tall part of the structure, and it gives yun nga, that horizontal look gives an appeal because of that tall and big spire. So they have three faces: the lancet style, decorative style, and the perpendicular style. And on the first one, during 12th century to 13th century, they characterized or stylized their window as lancet and with plate traceries. Then the arch windows are usually narrow, so usually they're so yung comparison between the height yun nga and are without tracery from that arch windows. So papakita to sa mga figures. So hindi sila masyadong nag-emphasize ng mga wide windows in order to make the horizontal or yung horizontality ng structure na mas wide ang dating instead of sobrang airy. So here's the lancet window in front. Then ayan. So somewhat look like a bit of, or since yun nga nanggaling sila sa sariling Romanesque style nila, so here's how they evolved that. Marami pa ring mga spaces with blind arcades, not much of openings, and dahil dun sa perpendicularity or yung horizontal divisions or sections niya, mas konti ang light kumbaga na pumapasok compared sa mga Gothic churches sa France. So one good example of this is the Salzburg Cathedral, or also known or formerly known as the Cathedral of Church of Blessed Virgin Mary. So it is famous for being the largest cathedral in Britain at 80 acres or 32 hectares. So imagine that. Then tallest spire in England at 404 feet. So even though it looks so yung scale niya, dahil nga parang boxy siya, it has a tall spire yung sa crossing. Then it also homes the original Magna Carta 1215. So this is about the human rights and treaty of people during that time. So it also has the world's oldest clock. So this is a mechanical clock. So ayan yun. That's how it is operated, with gears. And it is the largest, or has the largest secular cathedral cloisters. Okay, so the Magna Carta. Then this is the spire. As you can see, yung proportion niya, or more on this features of the of this typology has yun nga, it has narrower windows na most likely halos sila lancet style na pinag-ulit-ulit, and it's kind of a bit defensive pa rin yung feature niya, unlike sa iba ini-aim na nila maging open na maraming light na pumapasok. This one mas leaning towards medieval castle look integrated into structures. And yun nga, a medieval castle with lancet windows. So here it is. Aside from that, nag-evolve na rin ang function ng isang cathedral during this era or this period. So with this one, we still have our typical arcade, typical triforium and clerestory part. However, they are narrower, yun nga ang pinaka definition dahil dun sa divisions and sa horizontality. So here's the view from the front or the west inside, going to the west window or west portal. So as you can see, meron siyang quadripartite na vault. So another view from the altar, and meron siyang parang water element na shape ng isang dove. Yun ang pinaka-symbol ng ng church na to. Then it's corridor with zinc foil and hex foil. Then one of the significant feature of this one is the Lecombe by Michael Pendry. It is origami or dove origami na designed na it's like a flock of birds na going down to the church. So with this one, yung effect ng water feature from that pond is pretty significant. So maganda siya for photography as well. Gives a different effect, and yung reflection nga nag-add din ng drama sa interior. So here it is. Next one, we have the High English Gothic. So with this, parang nagkakaroon na sila lalo na mastery, and it is the second phase during late 1300 to 14th century. So may kita nyo na dito yung detailed carving that reach its peak. So yun na, dahil may mastery na sila, more designs, more patterns, more intricate details, and mas nagiging maarte sila sa design. So within this 100 or almost 70 years. So imagine that time na yung mga tao is nagiging sobrang hyper sila sa isang design, and meron yung mga nauumay at meron yung mga nagtutuloy ng ganong trend. So ganun pa rin yung significance sa ngayon sa present times. Umaabot tayo sa gusto natin yung well-designed features, or may curves, may puro carvings, ganyan. But then umaabot sa point na nagugustuhan ng mga tao yung contemporary or minimal na modern houses. Then so on and so forth. So with this one, we have the window tracery that is geometric and has the flowing tracery patterns or curvilinear surfaces patterns. So one of the most significant is this. So York Minster Cathedral. Be sure to always take note of the largest or the longest or the tallest or the smallest when it comes to history. So ito yung mga usual na inaano na nafi-feature sa mga or usually has a major importance when it comes to what do they call this? When it comes to the knowledge we need. But it doesn't always go with that. Basta't meron din siyang importance, may value. So kung ano yung nagiging function din niya, not as well as kung bakit siya or paano umabot na naging largest or tallest siya. So this is formerly the Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St. Peter. It is the largest medieval cathedral in Northern Europe and took 252 years to build. So imagine that. Ang daming phases na umano dyan na nangyari. So ibig sabihin from Romanesque so yung from influence of Romanesque going to Gothic. Kaya may kita nyo meron siyang ano ba ito? Meron siyang massive feel dahil dun sa mga proportions na yun. But then na-adapt nila yung Gothic style or Gothic art na mas naging intricate yung detailing sa mga windows, sa mga arcades, or sa mga edges, sa mga ends. So, it also has or employs, with this one, 15 masons at maraming carver ang gumawa para ma-design nila na mabuti yung structure or yung building. So imagine that. So yung mga masons na yun is like the contractors during that time, and their work is to travel into different parts of the Europe or the world, then acquire new learning in order to build and design a lot of structures, or in order to learn more about building cathedrals or structures. So this is also, or it has the statue of Emperor Constantine, and it is also, or